This is the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3, verse 1. This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai is his son who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak, Radash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who ruled well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And citation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai's sake. I'm Brother Samak from the GMS Miami camp. And yes, the reason why I brought out the book of 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 1 is that what you see in front of your screen is proof that perilous times is coming. Okay? Which proves we're in the last days. This is going to be a big major problem in Europe. Especially when the winter season's coming. And shout out to the sincere Akim that are out there in the European countries that are pushing the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. May Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai bless you and protect you and your family this coming winter. Because it's going to be hell, perilous times. All right, when you go into that word, before I get to this article, when you go into that word perilous, we'll look at that. Difficult times will come. Yep. Let's see what Esau says.
Strong's G 5467. Chalipas. Chalipas.
Chalipas, which means hard to do, to take, to approach, hard to bear, troublesome, dangerous, harsh, fierce, savage, right? And that's what's coming, all right, to these European countries, all right? A hard to bear, a harsh, okay, troublesome life, for lack of better words, all right? And this proves that we're in the last days, and it's only going to get worse from here on out, all right? These are the birth pains. Let's get into this article. It says, Russia says gas supplies to Europe via the Nord Stream 1 pipeline will not resume in full until the Western countries reach a collective decision and lift sanctions they have imposed on Moscow over its military operation in Ukraine. Right. And this goes to show you the Russians have the European nations by the balls because, all right, they're the one that supplies, okay, the natural gas to these nations, all right, to the European nations, okay? And that goes to show you that the leadership of these European countries weren't thinking about their own citizens, okay? Because who's gonna feel the heavy hand of these sanctions? The people. It's always the people, all right? And this is a sanction from Russia to these European countries. Well, you're not going to get, okay, a full supply of gas anymore, all right? It says full, resume in full. So I'm assuming they're going to be limiting the gas supply to these European countries. It says the Monday announcement was made by the Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov, who blamed EU, UK, and Canadian sanctions for Russia's failure to deliver gas through the key pipeline, which delivers gas to Germany from St. Petersburg via the Baltic Sea. The Financial Times reported. Right, so this is coming from the Financial Times, all right? And Press TV picked it up, and Press TV is an Iranian news media. So where did they get their source? The Financial Times. The problem pumping gas came about because of the sanctions Western countries introduced against our country and several companies, Peskov said, according to the Interfax news agency, adding, there are no other reasons that could have caused this pumping problem. Right, so there you go. That's why perilous time is coming, all right? And this is going to cause more uproars of the people, okay? sedition, insurrection. Okay, that's why you have the police in UK fear surging crime and civil unrest driven by cost of living crisis this winter, right? Okay, because again, when people don't have anything, they lose it. All right, and people are going to lose it, and these are the perilous times, and these are the beginning. Second Esdras chapter 16 verse 18, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, right? Not just one country versus another country, civil war, civil unrest, okay? And the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils, right? These are the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come, right? And this is Esdras speaking, a man of the Lord, because he saw the future, okay, which is now, all right? He saw what was happening, all right, in the latter days, in the last days. And that's why he said, okay, what shall I do when these evils shall come? All right, and he's a man of the Lord, but he just saw the amount of evil and bloodshed that was happening, okay, which is what he saw was our generation, because we're the final generation. 19, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment, right? And the reason why this is all happening, all right, is to correct, okay, our people mainly, all right? Because these heathens ain't going to get it. They're not going to get it till they're in slavery. But to our people, okay, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, who are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, as well as the Israelite foreigners that are scattered among the nations that may even look like the other nations, which we call the speckled birds, okay? When you see these things, it's a time to correct, all right, yourself, okay? So you don't partake, all right, in the famine, in the death, in the wars, in the evils. You want to be hidden from it. And the only one that's going to be doing it is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay? 20. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges, right? And all this is going to do, these events like this and like this is going to make people more evil towards each other and wicked towards each other. All right, that's why they're gonna, because if they gotta pay more for their energy, then they're gonna result to, well, I guess I'm gonna start shoplifting and burglarizing my neighbor and his possessions. Okay, because that's what's gonna happen. They're not gonna listen to the government. Okay, these people are know that the government's screwing them. All right, we live in an information age. All right, Fox News and CNN. All right, I'm just speaking here in America, but hey, what does the UK have, right? They have, for example, the BBC and Sky News, right? The UK citizens are not listening to that mainstream media outlets no more, man. And that's the mouthpiece, all right, for these government agencies and the political system. They use the media to push their agenda, and people are waking up to this, and that's why they're not gonna regard their kings and princes, all right, because they're not gonna listen to the television anymore, all right, kings and princes, right? Let's go to Apocrypha. Here we go. Second Esdras chapter 15 verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. And yea, the police are getting ready for it in UK. All right. This is going to happen everywhere, not just the United Kingdom, but this article, all right, is an example of what's going to happen in the UK and globally, okay? 2nd Esdras chapter 15, verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. Right, they're not going to listen to the news media where the news agencies are interviewing the president and the politicians while they're telling them to calm down. We're working on it. Nah, they're not. They're done. All right, they're going to be done with that. And of course, their actions shall stand in their power. Right, they're going to think they're God in their own eyes. All right. 8. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. 18. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Right, and that's what we're coming to, man. All right, the guy that's at the gym, lifting them weights, gaining weight, walking with a stiff neck, all right, high-minded, he's going to be brought low, all right? Because once them bullets start flying, once the carnage starts to happen, all right, you're going to see who are the real men walking the earth, and it's going to be the men of the Lord, all right? A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Right. And this article, okay, proves that's what's coming. And this article proves that's what's coming. Okay. All right. And guess what? The Lord sent out his prophets, all right, to warn y'all and let you know these events will be coming because this is the will of the Lord. And that's why I want to bring out Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5. All right. And I'll start at 4. Then the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, verse 5, Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. Right. And that's why the Lord set us up the prophets. All right. Okay. To let all you nations under the sun know what time it is, what's coming, what your future holds. 6. Then said I, Lord, power, behold, I cannot speak, for I am a child. Right, and that was how we all felt when we first got into this truth. All right? We didn't know we were going to be a prophet, teaching on the highways, byways, telling the people that walk this earth their future, okay, which is a heavy judgment that's coming. But the Lord put the Spirit on us, okay, to go out there, all right, because why? We have the gift of faith, belief. 7. But the Lord said unto me, Say not, I am a child, for thou shalt go to all that I shall send thee, and whatsoever I command thee, thou shalt speak. Right, that's how we know this isn't of man, this is of the Lord. The Lord just uses us as a vessel, all right? Again, he gave us that gift of faith, all right? Let me get that. Keep saying it. Let me get that. Gift, faith. Ephesians chapter 2, verse 8. For by grace are ye saved through faith, and that none of yourselves, it is a gift of the Most High. Right, there you go. All right? And by faith, we believe Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai is going to protect us when all hell breaks loose. All right? That's what we believe. That's our faith. Okay? Eight, be not afraid of their faces. Right. That's why we're on the highways and byways. We're telling you your judgment. We're not afraid of your faces. Okay. We fear the Lord. For I am with thee to deliver thee, saith the Lord. Right. Again, the Lord is going to deliver us. He's going to save us. All right. 9, then the Lord put forth his hand and touched my mouth. And the Lord said unto me, Behold, I have put my words in thy mouth. Right. And that's why we come straight out of the scriptures. All right. You even got beautiful brothers that can quote the scriptures, all right? 10, see, I have this day set thee over the nations and over the kingdoms to root out and to pull down. Right, by us prophesying the words of the Lord, it's happening. The Lord is bringing down this kingdom, okay? And these are the signs which proves that the words of the Lord, okay, are happening, all right? And this is going to cause a major problem, all right? And I guarantee, I'm just speaking as a man, but I guarantee the European countries are going to blame America for why the gas the gas problems. They're like, oh, it's America's sanctions, all right, that are hurting us, all right, and the Russians are hitting us because we're listening to what America is saying, all right. Something's going to happen between all that, all right, where the Europeans are going to somehow, some way, these European countries are going to blame America for this problem, all right, not just Russia, because it's obvious that the people in Europe are not giving a damn about what the Russians are doing, all right. They're bucking up against their own government, all right. But this is going to cause major problems. Hey, and that's beautiful because Jeremiah 1:10, see, I have this day set thee over the nations and over the kingdoms to root out and to pull down and to destroy and to throw down. And that's what these are the signs. The Lord's doing that. To build up and to plant. Right. So before it happens, the Lord has to send out his prophets. All right. And that's why you see what you're seeing, because the prophets, starting with our apostles, elders, been said these things were coming, and now they're happening, which proves that the words of the Lord don't go out void. All right. He said it, it's going to happen. So Lord willing, is us edifying. Again, we're getting close to pandemonium. It's going to be literally this year is going to be a dark winter for sure. All right. And a lot of people are going to be bugging out and bucking up against their government. All right. Which is going to cause more turmoil. And the governments are going to have to lay blame on someone. And best believe they're going to blame America. All right. You're going to see it. It's not going to, the people ain't going to give a damn about, it's Russia doing this. They're going to be looking, they need a new fall guy. And it's going to be America, Babylon the Great. All right. That's why I see this is going to be thrown right back in America's face. And with that, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Makakodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who ruled well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai's sake. Love you, brothers. Keep enduring. Keep the faith. We're almost out of here. Keep pushing, keep fighting, keep studying. Pray without ceasing. Pray for each other. Pray for the apostles and elders. To the few sisters that are watching, keep studying. When you pray for each other, cover Shalom and Abad Rabal Shalom.